Hi there, my name is the Revd Budden, and welcome to this Sunday thought on behalf of the Golden Cat Benefice. It's wonderful to be able to lead this short message for us today. So today we're looking at the wedding at Cana. It's the first of Jesus' miracles, signs in the Gospel of John. And so I'm going to start by reading this passage, and then I will just have a brief thought afterwards. So the wedding at Cana, here we go. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now, standing there were 6 stone jars, water jars, for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine and did not know where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. I'm going to leave it there. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. It's quite a famous story, this first miracle of Jesus in the Gospel of John. And a few contextual things. If you don't know, in those days, hospitality was everything. And I was trying to think of a similar situation here, but it might be if you arrived at a party and you don't take bottles. There the host provides, and you get there and there just isn't any wine. I don't know, someone's forgotten to get the wine or something, but it doesn't have the same resonance as it did back in that sort of ancient Jewish society. There it was, you would be shunned if you ran out of wine at a wedding. It was such a key part of the wedding celebrations, the hospitality. And so the shame that would have come upon this the bridegroom and his family that are hosting this is quite difficult to understand in our modern context. And it seems that Jesus has gone along to this, and he's with his disciples and his mum. We suspect that perhaps Joseph at this point has died. He doesn't want to although his ministry is kind of kick-started with baptism, he doesn't want to be showing anything at this point. He just wants to have a good time. I love that. But his mum kind of does that. "Come on, I think you need to do something here. This is really awful for the family." And so it's his mum who's kind of instigating this. I don't know if Jesus would roll his eyes, but maybe he kind of feels, well, here's an opportunity here. Let's see what we can do. And she says to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." It's clear that Mary, his mother, has a real understanding of who Jesus is at this point. And she knows what he can do. But she's the only person who does at this point. He tries to say his hour hasn't come, and of course that points ahead to the cross, to all that will come. So anyway, back to the story. He looks around him and he sees 6 stone jars, and they're these jars that are used for the Jewish ritual of purification. Stone jars, they're very expensive. They're carved out of stone. They're really important. And they're obviously standing empty at this point. And so Jesus says, fill them with water. But here's the thing. This is the key thing here. Those stone jars were only ever to be filled with this ritual water. And of course, in the ancient Jewish faith, there was the importance, or in the Jewish faith, the importance of purification. You know, how do we come before God? We can't come before God unless we've made ourselves clean. It's all about us. It's all about our striving. And perhaps so much in life is about our striving. I need to achieve this. I need to be this. I need to appear to be that. All these things that we don't let our insides kind of shine out. We're too worried about what others think of us. And with the Jewish people, they were too worried about what God thought of them. But you had to have money and prestige in order to be able to afford these purification jars in the first place. And of course, then Jesus fills them with wine. He renders them kind of impure. And this is kind of key because he's messing up that ancient Jewish rite of purification. And of course, the water in the jars turns to wine, but there's an abundance. Now, apparently, these 6 jars, someone's worked this out, could hold between them about 3 to 4 bathtubs full of liquid. So that's Jesus creating 3 to 4 bathtubs worth of wine, far more than is needed. And of course, the ultimate message is that Jesus turns this water to wine, and the wine represents Jesus' love through his blood shed for us. And it's a blood of new life for us. We don't need to strive anymore. Jesus has done it for us, and it's abundant. This wine is abundant life for us. Often we still get trapped within the rituals of our society, don't we? We get trapped in how we come across to the people around us, to the cultural norms. Jesus frees us from all of that. He frees us from all that is bad in our lives, all that is kind of feels hard in our lives. And it's abundant. It is absolutely abundant. And perhaps the other thing about this with these ritual jars, perhaps we make our faith too serious. How are people to be attracted to Jesus if we make our faith something serious? I think this whole episode here in Cana is about joy. And of course, Jesus doesn't sort of make a big song and dance like, well, look what I've done here. The only people that know are the disciples and Jesus' mum. And of course, the servants. No one else knows about it. The bridegroom and his family get all the glory for this, not Jesus. And I think that's a powerful message as well. Overall, this has so much power in it, this passage. But I hope today you take away something of that abundant joy of living with Jesus. That it's not about serious rituals or piousness, but actually there is abundant joy there. So Lord, I pray that we would know something of your abundant joy today as we go through this day today, wherever we are or whatever we're doing. Amen. Well, God bless you and take care, and we hope to see you soon in some way. Bye-bye.